how you developed this idea?
Okay, so basically the whole idea started when I was in Istanbul in 2014. I was working there as a consultant in digitalization and strategy, and that for me was the first time when I got in contact with real, heavy, visible urban air pollution. That means that you couldn't really see the other side of the street anymore when you were looking out of the window. The smog was just so dense, the particles in the atmosphere were just so dense. And this made me think about what cities are doing nowadays to curb air pollution, what strategies they are implementing to also monitor how the air quality distributes in the cityscape. And very quickly I found out that the cities nowadays, they have very limited data of how urban air pollution is distributed, how urban air quality looks like, and also how different measures they're implementing to improve the air quality actually impact the air quality itself. As a consultant, you are used to working with a lot of data and using data to make decisions, but looking at what cities are doing nowadays and are doing in the past, this is just not how things are done. They're just using traditional methods and a lot of trying to use the limited data they have with statistical models to generate a holistic view. And this was how the idea for Breeze Technologies was born. So basically, the idea is to deploy low-cost, small-scale sensors all throughout the cityscape. Our sensors are up to 1,000 times cheaper than what one of those traditional monitoring stations costs. We put it in every street and every block. We aggregate this data, also include external data. We are working together with the space agencies, for instance, and get satellite data for them, and use all this data in our central cloud platform to build a holistic view of how air quality looks like on a street level, on a block level, basically per house. You can say how is the air quality in front of your door. And we use this data then to help the cities to figure out where are pollution hotspots, but also what measures to implement locally to improve air quality. So every time you implement a measure somewhere, you can immediately see in the data how are the effects, how well does it perform, how efficient is it, how effective is it. And we use these insights then again in a database to generate a list of measures you can take. We see ourselves basically as the platform where you can build new urban scenarios, new urban business models, new mobility business models on top of environmental and air quality data.
Mm-hmm. And how was your product received? What was the impact that it created on different levels, politics, society?
Yeah, so we currently, we also do this indoors. So for indoors, it's much easier to do. There we have facility managers as a customer. We have big corporates like Otto, for instance, here from Hamburg, who are using this. The city market is much slower and also much less innovation, much less open for innovation than corporates, I feel. So. We do have 2 pilot projects, one here in Hamburg and one in Berlin. These are Germany's 2 largest cities. And we do it here in Hamburg together with Google and together with the district council of Rothenburgsort, which is a district here in Hamburg. Here in Hamburg, we have this partnership with the district council that we deployed our sensors with citizens in the district. So it's on their balconies, it's on their private property, measures air quality there. So they basically provide the connectivity, Wi-Fi, and they provide a power outlet for the sensor. And then this data gets streamed into the cloud, and then every citizen from Hamburg and basically globally can view the hyperlocal air quality data from the district of Rothenburgsort. So we have several sensors there where you can see in real time how is the current air quality. We have a newsletter that you can receive where you basically get a report how was yesterday's air quality. And this is used, and we got the feedback that basically people are starting to think more about how their own actions affect the air quality and the climate in the city. So what the district council is telling us, that more and more people are leaving their cars at home and using public transportation, but not only making choices in their private mobility, they're also thinking of how is their consumption behavior affecting air quality and climate. So thinking about what kind of energy provider they are using in the future, what kind of food and vegetables and so on, what are they buying in the supermarkets. And so they're trying to employ more and more sustainable behavior into their daily lifestyle.